So what we're going to be looking at today is how we can use SQL Fiddle to solve these tasks that I've given you. First thing you need to do is get a browser. You're then going to head across to the SQL Fiddle website. So you just search on the internet for SQL Fiddle. Okay, it's sqlfiddle.com. You'll see it in Google, and that'll take you to the right place. Okay, so this is the SQL Fiddle website. Now, to work with this, we're going to require some text files. So attached to your task, you should find a text file that I've already sent you. So you'll find that in my case, it's inside my desktop. And in my desktop, I should have DTD access files. I'm going to open up this criminals table. I copy everything from there and I paste it into this left-hand window before clicking where it says build schema. Now, this will give me the entire criminals table. I can now use the right-hand side to interrogate this. So using SQL, we type in the following: select star from criminals, and then finish off with a little semicolon. So select star means select all the fields from criminals. What does select mean? Well, select, you can think of it as the word display. So what that's actually saying is display all the fields from the criminals table. Well, that's great, but how did you know that, Mr. Stratton? Well, what you can do is you can head across to this other website, which is W3 Schools. And if you go to W3 Schools, you can then find a tutorial on SQL at the side, and this is all the different ones that we have for doing SQL. So some of these are well beyond the Nat 5 or even the higher course. So you want to make sure that, feel free to learn them all, but you want to make sure that you're kind of sticking to this sort of top level bit and looking for things like, for example, wildcards, insert, update, delete, select. So if you click on the select one, it will show you how it kind of works. All right, but let's see what the result of this query is. So remember, we're selecting all the fields from criminals. When we do that, we get a list of these names. How many names? Well, there are 30 names, record count 30, and you can see it all displayed here. So let's try and find all the people called George, for example, in this database. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the names to forename and surname. So rather than getting all the fields, I want forename and surname from criminals where forename equals quote marks George. So what this is going to do is this is going to display the forename and surname of all the criminals where the forename is George. So when I hit run, we should get 2. Okay, we've got George Allen and George McNulty. Now if I want to see their nickname as well, then up the top here, I need to select their nickname, but there is a problem with the nickname field. And the problem is that when I created this database, I've accidentally left a space in it, and that's kind of bad practice, but we can get around it. And what we do is we put apostrophes around it. And where do you find those? Those are up beside the 1 key at the top of your keyboard. Just to the left of that, you'll find this particular character. Notice that there is a difference from that character and a sort of general everyday apostrophe, which might look like that. Alright, so when I run SQL now, we can now see we've got Smug and Smiler, who are these criminals here, and that's kind of how we can display it. What about if we want to search for a number? So if we want to search for a number, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to display the forename, surname and nickname of everyone where their height, well, let's look for a tall person, where their height is greater than 1.85 meters. Now it says that there are 16 people more than 1.85 meters, which seems a lot, so I'm just going to check that by throwing height on the end. And if I run it now, you'll see these are all 1.7, 1.6, 1.95. Now, it'd be useful if I knew who the shortest was of all those criminals. So what I can do is I can sort it by using order by. And if I order by the height, and I set it into ascending order, and I hit run, then we get these criminals here. So 1.85 all the way down to 2.04. If I want to see the tallest person at the top, I can change it so it's descending order. Okay, so we've got the tallest at the top and the shortest at the bottom. And that's the basics that we're going to be doing in SQL. Obviously, we're going to be doing a wee bit more advanced stuff as well, but that's enough to get us running today. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll catch you later.